Hello everyone. Welcome to our group's sprint number three. My name's Lou, and we're from the group RepDev with the project microservices, observability, and the applications performance monitoring. So a little bit recap. Last demo, we successfully pushed the trace data from the demo application to the Datadogs APM, and in addition to that, we successfully deployed the Jenkins into our remote server. It is currently running at a specific port on one of the AWS EC2 instance. And in addition to that, we successfully built the skeleton for the CI continuous integration part, and we also tested the CI by using a Git repo to trigger the automatic integration. And we received some feedback about our past demos, and some of our classmates or like the professor is not very. It's suggesting that we need to make our goal for the project a little bit more specific. So I'm going to reiterate. I'm going to recap on the goal a little bit as well. So the goal for this project is to build a completely working CI/CD pipeline that supports different microservices. And once that part is done, we need to build a microservices performance monitoring system. For example, getting the metrics, monitoring like the infrastructure setup, as well as like create a dashboard and using the Datadog APM. And in addition to that, the final goal for our project, our design or our implementation is to allow developers to be able to spin up the APM and CI/CD pipeline quickly with a minimum number of changes in the code, and as well as they can doing this thing as automatically as possible in order to provide more stable and fast-paced development environment. So now I'm going to hand over to my teammates.
So just a recap on the final architecture that we had decided for the CI/CD pipeline. For at the end of the last sprint, we were able to create a basic pipeline on a single microservice and also build a Docker image. For this sprint, we were able to build a Docker image for multiple microservices, push this latest Docker image to a repository known as the Docker Hub, and also pull the latest image for that microservice from the Docker Hub. So these are the two steps that we've taken to automate this Docker image creation and the push to Docker Hub, which would happen when a new code is checked into the Git. So since we need to save this at the Docker Hub, the credentials need to be saved in the Jenkins. These credentials will be saved as an ID, and this ID is specified in the main pipeline script, along with the various steps that we require. So these are the stages that were defined as part of the pipeline. As you can see, the first step was to check out the latest code, then would be to build. This is ideally also the stage where we would test our code for any bugs. Once that's successful, it would build the Docker image. The next stage would be to then save this image at the Docker Hub.
Okay, so for Kubernetes, the goal of this sprint was to learn a bit more about Kubernetes. So these are the few terms we learned about. Minikube, it is basically a tool that lets you run Kubernetes locally. kubectl, so it's a command line tool that allows you to run command against Kubernetes clusters. It is used to deploy applications, manage clusters, resources, and view logs. Next is kubectx. This is a utility that allows us to help switch between clusters back and forth. Helm, this is a tool that streamlines installing and managing Kubernetes applications. You can imagine it something similar to apt or yum commands. And the last is kubetail. It basically allows you to monitor the logs from multiple pods with ease. So for this sprint, we installed all these and tried running them. And we believe we have a basic grasp on how to integrate Kubernetes into CI/CD process. So in next sprint, we would be working on setting up the Kubernetes cluster for our application.
Hey, this is Vinay. I'll be speaking about the application monitoring part of our project. We collect the following data from the application: infrastructure metrics, It includes data about the CPU, memory usage, etc. Application log, which is for error reporting, and application traces to follow the program's flow and data progression. Infrastructure metrics are collected by the Datadog agent running on the same network as the microservices. In this screenshot, you can see some of the metrics collected on the dashboard. Logs are sent from the services to Datadog. It shows whether there were any errors in the services. These are the configurations we did for the Datadog agent to collect metrics and logs. We have added some environment variables to configure the agent. DD APM enables the application monitoring, and these two environment variables enable the logging. These are the configurations we did on each microservice to enable logging and metric generation. DD runtime metrics enables the metric generation, and DD logs injection enable log generation. Datadog supports two types of tracing, manual instrumentation and auto instrumentation. In manual instrumentation, the traces and metrics event need to be created by the developer. For auto instrumentation, we have found two libraries. Datadog has a library called ddtrace, which creates the traces and metric events and sends it to the Datadog agent. And OpenTelemetry has a library for auto instrumentation, in which we would have to implement an OpenTelemetry collector that sends traces directly to Datadog. We chose to use ddtrace as we have already implemented a Datadog agent, and OpenTelemetry required a bit of coding by the developer using the monitoring.
Hello everyone, I am Anakha and I'm going to cover three parts in this demo for Datadog part. The first being infrastructure monitoring. We have the Datadog agent running on my host. This sends the data such as the process metadata, the infrastructure metrics to the Datadog. The Datadog agent pushes the data specific to this host. In this case, it will be Docker desktop. Upon clicking, we see the different metrics such as the CPU usage, the process memory usage, the load average, as well as different metrics for the Docker. These metrics are mapped on the Docker dashboard. So the Docker dashboard is a ready-made dashboard. I will just go over it. This provides an overview about the events related to the Docker containers, the number of running Docker containers, the CPU core load by image, the memory usage by image, the most CPU intensive containers, the cache memory by image, the CPU by container, the most RAM intensive containers, memory usage by containers, and so on. Also, in the containers tab, we get to see an overview of the containers that are being run. So this is pretty much about the first part. The second part is auto instrumentation. Auto instrumentation helps to avoid additional code in the application for tracing and logging. For that, we are currently using ddtrace library. In this, we are currently facing some issues. Let me show where exactly we are at this point. So this is the live tail, and if I try and hit this particular API endpoint, the log will appear in the live tail. And if you observe, the log is marked as error, whereas the status code is 200. So this is one of the issue. Besides that, the service is not showing up in the APM service map. So we are currently working on this part. The third part is the monitors. The monitors are something that help you to create alerts based on the metrics and the threshold. For us, we have created monitor which sends email to all the team members when the host is unresponsive for more than 2 minutes. And this is what the email looks like. That is the host unresponsive, and it is sent to all the team members. So that is pretty much about the demo.
Okay, so this is the burn down chart for the sprint. We were able to complete 26 points out of the total 34 points. We were having errors with the auto instrumentation task and couldn't complete it in the sprint. So these are the tasks for the next sprint. To set up a Kubernetes cluster and integrate it with our application. For the Datadog part, our next goal is auto instrumentation. This would help us minimize the coding effort for tracing. Next would be to create dashboards for Datadog APM. And the last one would be to create a POC on Terraform. Thank you.